Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? So, good. Everybody can hear me. Start recording, by the way. Okay, so, first thing what we shall do. What game shall we play? How about Ages of Conflict? Let's play some Ages of Conflict. How about an alternate universe? So basically, I will have two alternate universes, alternate civilizations. It'll be the stream one, and also the video one. I shall stop recording. Okay, streaming, just streaming. Okay, so world map, large. Let me actually see if anyone is on the stream. Nobody's on the stream. Create scenario. First country. Here. I'm gonna play here. Yep. Crisis. So crisis begins to expand, like expand. I am saying expand like a billion times now. And it becomes a pretty big empire. Meanwhile, some people in crisis do not like crisis. Let's let me put some cities down, by the way. City. Okay. This is crisis. Next, it continues expanding, taking over more and more lands, and it makes it to the bottom of the Arabian Peninsula. Then it discovers Mesopotamia, captures all of Mesopotamia immediately. What can I say? They just love Mesopotamia, I guess. These remind me of the borders of the Armenian Empire back in Octavian days, but it was somewhere north. So once Crisis got all of Mesopotamia, it began to go into the Arabian Peninsula. Why am I not calling all of land is because they don't want to like have so much desert land to capture the land. Once they do like this, just they have so much land now, and there has to be competitors, or else it's just unfair. It's raining like I know what outside. God damn it. Anyway, so Crisis continues into here, and it goes into Turkey. That's pretty funny, because guess what happens? A revolt, of course. Because first of all, let me spawn more cities, because all the cities are in Egypt. I need more cities just so they would actually be good cities. so I could actually do it properly. So don't mind me while I spawn this. So this is Mesopotamian land. That's why it has 25 capital. Well, that's why it has 25 cities there. I definitely don't do it just because it's funny. Okay, so now there is a revolt happening. Since the Arabians, they're being overlooked mostly, so they declare independence. Jasnovo. So Jasnovo, it captures. It wants this territory. Florpia. So Jasnovo, it captures all of this, gets bigger and stronger, and continues to get bigger and stronger. If you guys like this content, then I will make a video, and then I'll make a series about this. So they continue invading. Crisis is really mad about that. It changes its capital to here, center of their empire, and they start to fight back. Like this. And they approach Jasnovo capital. They split Jasnovo in half. And then comes the siege of New Republic. Here comes the siege of New Republic. That is an actual city, by the way, in the universe. It's not an actual city in real life, but it is a city in this thing. So the siege of New Republic. What the hell? I keep hearing weird noises. Jasnovo loses half its territory since it got split in half, and the crisis begins to take over most of Jasnovo. Not take over, but take back, because Jasnovo is losing most of its territory. United Republic. And then Jasnovo surrenders. The terms and conditions what Crasius puts. Okay, Crasius got it back. And that's funny because he was supposed to lose the revolt. Then another revolt spawns, this time in Egypt. They've been really overlooking Africa. So, Wordwaldich, it just wants the African territory. Crisis, not wanting to fight another war because it's not even really, it didn't really heal from war yet, so it just lets him get all of what he wants. Now there's two countries. Then Crassus, people from there discover Greece and the Balkans. They first start in Greece because they want to. Don't ask why. They start here, they travel here, then they travel up, they discover all of this. They go to the Crimea, they explore north, and they decide to make a country. They make a country over here, in modern day Bulgaria. So they immediately capture this, and also capture all of this. So Floraria is immediately growing. That's fun. And they go to Eastern Europe. They discover all of this. And then they continue going up here. Why do they have the flag of Scotland? I don't know. So Floraria is ginormous. Yeah, it is not as big as Krasis, but it's bigger than Kirch. I am streaming! Get out! I'm streaming! I am on that. Okay, so please, I'm streaming right now. If you want to watch my stream, but no. Can you guys just let me stream in peace?
Okay, what's up?
Can you just let me stream in peace, please?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm streaming. Please leave me alone.
George, you should be streaming in bathroom.
Get out of here. Just get out of here. Just get out of here. Just get out. Get out.
Oh, you want me to hang out?
Just get out. You're annoying me. Okay. So now Floraria. It gets more territory. It finds Krasis. Borders Krasis now. And Floraria does the smart thing and leaves Krasis alone. When Worldwald Kirch, it continues expanding into Africa. It gains this territory. Now this is Woodward Kirch. It is ginormous now as well. And Floraria, after discovering this, no, that was the wrong country. Let me just kidding. After discovering all of this lakes and all that, they decided that they don't like Word Kirch. First of all, get out of here! Second of all, they start getting worse relationship. Floraria is basically the Roman Empire at this point. And Woodward Kirch wants to take down this ginormous empire. But before we can do that, Floraria gets revolts. Because apparently a lot of people there do not like when there's so many when so many so many different peoples are under one government. So boom, bam, pow, pum, pow. God damn it! Boom, 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 boom. So, Britain is now under so many governments because that's what Britain should be. Okay, so let me spawn a couple of these everywhere. Vostosk. Ha! Funny country name. One in Malta, one in all this. I don't place cities in a while. So all the real cities are only in a few places where Crassus was. But we need more cities. So more cities will be sieged. And so Floraria could change its capital. Because its capital is going to be taken. Floraria is going to return to being only a tiny country. So this is what Floraria is now. It has so many cities and it has so many revolts. Vostosk, it captures all of this territory. And Texas has their own. Vostosk. And Vlatava, it takes this part. It hates Vostosk, but we have to work together because there is a greater evil. Then the next one, the new states. It basically takes Western Turkey, most of Western Turkey, some of Western Turkey, so till here, and then it does like this. It's more of a Balkan country, but it also has its own twists. Actually, I don't like what. Yeah, there's not enough city-states. There's not enough countries on the revolts. So then it captures all of this, and basically captures all of Zlatinez, because I'll be putting Zlatinez somewhere else. So Zlatinez, it'll capture all of, not all of this territory, not all of this, but it will capture up till here, I believe. I'll put it to up till here, and up till here. And Zlatinez, it looks small. It looks pretty small compared to the others, but it's also pretty big. When Bilodolina captures all this, and Zrenovsk captures the rest of this. So this is what it looks like now. And I quickly change the color of Zelenovsk to be more different, because the one it looks like new states. Poor Floraria is now going to be having to face Wortwald Kirch alone, without all of its taxes and all that. But anyway, he does because he made a stupid decision. So World Kirch immediately makes his way to Malta, Asegheim, as in this game, and the Waldorfstein is under siege. So Ferrero is immediately under attack. They're losing Sardinia. And that's sad. But meanwhile, Crassus wants its land back. So it invades Waldorfkirch as well. So now Waldorfkirch needs to pull back and attack Crassus as well. Waldorfkirch also gets this taken over, and Crassus makes a way into the Nile, which is horrible for Waldorfkirch. And then there's the siege of Bergstein, the capital of Waldorfkirch. And as they pull back troops from Florerio, they capture these territories back, and they start to invade back. With little offensive, they capture Asegheim back, and they also capture Sardinia back, and also start capturing North Africa, which is super horrible for Waldorfkirch because its capital city. What it wants to change to is Sophiagrad, and they have to change to that capital because and turn that into that. Is because this is being turned into nothing. Oops. So basically, with the capturing of Bergenstein, Waldorfkirch is being split in two. This and this. They decide to change their capital again to, I'd say, over here, because it's a siege of Sophiagrad also is being captured, and nobody likes that except nobody in Waldorfkirch likes that. But too bad for them, because they're being invaded from two sides. And they decide to surrender after they lose two capital cities. And then let's look at a peace treaty. And it is... they really make it. Basically... they get this. They get Zlatich and Waldorfkirch. Eldor's Kircher basically gets only a little bit back, and that's a bit sad. But no worries, because we're gonna lose more if we continue. Pathways they stopped. Let's render it immediately. Florerio, it gained some land. That's cool. Then, let's let you know this about that. First of all, let me switch our city to over here. Join to capital. Letting this once you fix the borders, because they look ugly ass. So first of all, what they do is what the land they claim is this and this and this. So this is the land, and they stupidly decide to invade Florerio and Vostosk. Stupidly or not, you're about to find out. First of all, they immediately capture this because nobody is owning that, so they can just take it. Not take Denmark, and then the invasion of Vostosk and Floreria. So the first attack Floreria, capturing not cities because we don't have any cities there, but Florerio gets invaded, loses some land, and is split in two. Florerio immediately surrenders, and it is turned into nothing. Basically, Latinus captures all of Florerio. But for now, I'll make a peace treaty later. But just to show what Florerio surrendered. Let's for Florerio's capital. Turn into capital. And here, then Latinus starts to attack Vostosk. And oops, wrong country. So they attack Vostosk, and Vostosk is not ready for the attack. Quickly, Latinus reaches Alil, captures it, and with that Vostosk loses most of the land which Latinus wanted. So Vostosk starts, and Vostosk loses this, and then just surrenders. So let's see as a peace treaty what to make. Latinus. Okay, so Vostosk is claimed as a puppet to Latinus, and Florerio gets to survive, but it loses all of the land which Latinus wanted and more. So Vostosk is still there, but it's captured by it's basically a puppet. It is a puppet, but yeah. Why every 5 minutes someone comes to my room? Okay, so wait, so figure out and so anyway. What's next? Ven wants to capture new states because wants also rare claims to new states. It's like this. This is rare claims to new states. So most of new states. If they if new states are entered, then they probably annex it. But anyway, so when they declare war on new states doesn't have much of an army, so they immediately start losing. They capture this lands and split new states into 3. Basically. They immediately capture all the territory that we wanted in Turkey. And it's a siege of new. New states is split into 3, and they decide to let go to this and this. And then new states just surrenders. And just gets annexed by Latinets. Latinets gets ginormous. So ginormous in fact, but it is ready to take some land from Vostosk again. Vostosk does not want to be a puppet anymore. It wants to take its land back with the help of Vlatevka and the coalition of the British. The British immediately surrender after they see how large Latinets is. But now Vostosk and Vlatevka against Latinets. First Latinets captures all of this. Vostosk immediately loses his capital and is forced to die. Not die, but is forced to lose his land. Then Cassius invades Zelenosk. And Zelenosk just wants to join Cassius because it's pretty funny. They just want to join because they don't feel safe. They don't feel safe, and they think what Latinus will try to reform the Florario Empire. So Zelenosk decide to be annexed. Latinus then attacks Vlatevka, capturing it again. Trying to capture it. Florario doesn't like this and calls on to Crassius and the rest of the world to declare war on Latinus. Latinus knows that it's fucked up, but continues fighting. First takes over Vlatevka, and Vlatevka immediately loses 3 cities. 4, 5, Kirk. Vlatevka gets captured, and Vlatevka loses its morale. It declares peace. It surrenders. Then Bilodolino, it fights back pretty well. It's a really strong country. Maybe because of somebody over here, and somebody over here, and somebody over here. So Bilodolina captures some cities, and meanwhile, Florario. It fights a little bit back. It takes over all of this, mainly because there's not many soldiers there, because it's already annexed lands and all that, yada yada yada. Meanwhile, Crassus is the strongest nation probably here. Even after two revolts, it's the strongest country here because all the countries here are a wreck. So you take all of the Greek peninsula, all this, and so begin the dark times for Zlatines. Because Zlatines loses most of the Balkans and all of its claims of new states. Then Zlatines also somehow gets pushed back and even attacked by Valvolen, a city-state in Britain, and Zlatines knows that it's messed up. But then Zlatines just captures it completely. He's not used to 45 plots, so I just and starts annexing one by one the nations of Britain. And this is what I have so far. Okay. Zlatines now has most of Britain. Half of Britain, I say. Then Florario gets pushed back completely. Zlatines takes over until here, takes most of the Italian peninsula, makes its way over here. Florario just starts losing land rapidly, while Crassus starts to take lands, most lands. And he even makes it to the Italian peninsula. The New Republic, the capital of Vostok. Wait, what? Capital of Zlatines, I mean, gets captured. Then Zlatines just surrenders. It surrenders over to Crassus. And what are the peace treaty? Let me quickly make it. It's pretty hard to make it. Zlatines loses. New state gets revived. And then New States captures all of this territory. Then Florario captures all of the territory about this, as well here, and actually unites with Vostok. Just captures this territory. It also annexes Vostok. Let me spawn a million nations where the colony of Britain was. I best see the map. A bunch of nations now. And this is the map. Cool? Yeah, I know. Florario is now back to most of its former glory. I forgot about Vltavka. Vltavka annexes the rest of the land in Europe. This is a map so far. Does it look cool? Probably does. Vildolina. It declares war on new states and starts taking land, taking Randazzo, and taking all of this land, and Nova, and new states is being destroyed. Venslatinus, it has the claims to about here, so it captures all this, and then gets out of war. And then Crassus, it captures all of this, because it wants the peninsula back, and Bielorino takes over the rest. Then Crassus takes a minute to just look at it and then just decides to delete it from existence. Then Courage. He declares war on Crassus because he wants his land back. Well, too bad for Courage, because after it takes over this land, Crassus just takes all of this and this, because Courage doesn't have much land, doesn't have much of an army, and done. Courage is dead. Then the Nordics. They start existing. A new country spawns here, here, and that is basically the Nordics. So Ferrara, it takes over this part and cuts off Oxfordburg from taking any more. It also captures all of this land and being the Astes. Ferrara takes all of this, then Oxfordburg takes all of this, 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 takes all of this. It doesn't take all of this. Ferrara takes all of this, 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 takes all of this. Pavlomisto, I don't know how to pronounce that really. It takes over this land, getting the least amount of land. Ferrara does not like what to take on land. I want to take the, and Ferrara wants to unite the Nordics under one nation. So, what should they choose? Oxfordburg, who is actually pretty strong, or Pavlomisto, someone who is really weak. They choose Oxfordburg. Well, Ferrara takes all of this immediately. Oxfordburg is under a attack. Oxfordburg immediately surrenders because he does not want to fight. He really does not want to fight. He is not able to fight right now. So he just decides to surrender. And what Ferrara does is shortly after saying what happens with this guy. Then Ferrara also captures. Then Ferrara expands to here. Its claims are like this. Yeah? So they want to get it. But the claims, the thing about the claims is what? The claims also go like this. They want basically all of Northern Slatinus and then Florario, and all of this. That's what we want. So we declare war on Florario, Gluttonous, Billodina a bit, because they also want a little bit of this, I say. So they declare war on all of the countries with all that. First of all, they take a route. Wait a minute. Now crossing. Let me make it 6. Now crossing. It'll be until here. And all of this will be interconnected. All of the Baltics will be interconnected. How about I quickly make everything interconnected? It'll take so long, but I will make it interconnected. I just decided. Oh, oops. All this is crossing. All this will be able to be crossed. Okay, now this. It'll take a while. If anyone is watching right now, then you can just leave until I stop. Actually, I don't know when you'll. I don't know if you'll know when I stop, so I'll not recommend it. But yeah, crises. Why am I saying crises? Awesome. So first, I'll take over all of your heart. Not take over, but I'm confused. I'm really confused right now. I'm overstimulated. That's what it is. I'm overstimulated, guys. I'm overstimulated. I have 25 by 25, and I decided to only color like a little bit. What? I need to remember how all of this looks. So it looks like this, I believe. And then the rest of this. I just I made a mistake. Like this. And now all this is gonna be crossing. Well, I erased all the Caribbean. Nobody really cares about the Caribbean. Caribbean is fake. Everybody, the Caribbean is fake. It's all just AI. Caribbean is AI. Caribbean is just AI. Don't get fooled by these fake places called the Bahamas or all that. They're not real. They're never real. Never they were real. Don't believe them ever. Don't believe anything. Asia is not real. Okay, so thank God at least less this time. Good. So I think I know how this looks. Something like this and it goes to here. Then here it's like this, and the rest is history. Okay, so now all I need is just to cut this out. I need to turn on water, and then I'll turn the water into crossing. Don't think I made it right though. I really don't think I made it right. Also, these islands are fake. Don't believe him. It's fake. It's just fake. It never existed. That never existed. That is fake. Also, don't believe people when they say what. It doesn't look like this. It looks like this. They're just lying to you. Ah! What am I even doing? 7 by 7. Now. This is definitely how it looks. Definitely how it looks. I made similar mistakes before. Oh wait. In my other video, I made the same mistake. Jeez, what the hell is going on? There. Shh! I'm recording a stream! Ah! I cannot stream this house at all. I can never stream properly this house. Okay, so now, back to this. Verara decides to go here and first attack the city-states which are here. We also take the British stuff and all that, yada. Then Jarlhaven gets first invaded and gets annexed. Then same with Fjord. But states, and that's it. States also attacks, but that's what happens to them. Okay, so now Florio, Azalinas, and Bildolina. Verara just takes this, and Bildolina starts invading. Bildolina, it starts invading. It starts invading Bildolina. So it captures all of this, yeah. It also declares war on Salinas, by the way. It's a third party. And Verara, it just storms in and captures all of this, forcing Bildolina to just get out of the war. Same with Lazinus in Florio. Okay, so then Bildolina, it gets a revolt. And it's this is how Bildolina now looks. Okay, now this is how Bildolina looks. Verara just comes in and no, I'm done. I'm done. I am done. I am done. I'm done. I'm done. End stream. Goodbye.